We're here with David to talk about the Alleweder, the beautiful aluminum velomobile that I think has been around for a while. David, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome, you're welcome. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. So this has a long history. This is not a new velomobile. Can you tell us a little about the history of the Alleweder?
Yes, this model was one of the first velomobiles in the world, and it's been on the road for maybe 30 years, and it's proved by people. We have already 750 models on the road. So the first factory made experience with this and it made improvements. And a few years ago, they stopped the production for different reasons. But now I was in Czech Republic and I was driving the Alleweder that Katanga have in their factory just for fun. And I said to myself, why it is not on the market again? We have to do something. So I proposed to Katanga and Alligt to work together and to remake the Alleweder.
And this is only a kit form, or can one buy this also completely put together?
For the first, we will propose the kit only. This is the best argument we have. You can build it by yourself. It's cheaper and it's very easy to ship in the whole world. In a second time, we will propose a ready-to-ride velomobile. So you have the choice at the order, and we are also thinking about an intermediate solution that we organize events where people can come for 1 week and build together their own velomobile with our devices, our tools, and so we will propose 3 solutions.
And they'll be able to take a week, build it with supervision, and go home with a velomobile.
Yes.
Wonderful idea.
It could be a very good experience for people.
Absolutely. These are the boxes, yes?
This is the box.
So tell us a little bit. So if you do order a kit, then how does that happen? How does it come?
We have it in stock. Lots of velomobile ready in boxes. So if we have an order, maybe within 1 week, the velomobile could be ready to your place.
Nice.
Because it's easy to ship.
You just ship it.
Yeah.
And so the kit then would have like these panels. You would get the panels separately, and then you would put it together like with rivets?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How does that work? Give us an overview of how.
You have the aluminum sheets in flat. This is the little box here.
And the
all sheets are in this place. And you start with the frame. It's almost always rivets.
Okay.
Only one size of rivets. You just need one rivet.
Gun. Is gun?
Gun, yeah, maybe. And just put it in the already drilled holes. Yeah. For sure, you have to drill some other holes to adjust because during the assembly, the Alleweder allows some adjustments. So it's very easy, but you have to drill to complete the holes and make the good position of the sheets. So that's just it.
And so you talked about with supervision, they could do it in about a week, typically, a week or two. Someone could put this together at the most, yeah?
Yeah, this possibility, I'm thinking about it, but we will need place for that. We will need to find the good organization, so it will be in the second time.
Right, but if someone orders it for themselves and they know how to put it together, they can do this in a week or two.
Yeah, sure, yeah. It took me 42 hours, but I did the job with a notice from Netherlands, and I don't speak Dutch, so I have to make the world with a different instruction. There was mistakes on the instruction, so I spent a little time to find a good way.
Uh-huh.
So my first job in this project is to make good notice, good instruction assembly in different languages and video tutorials, of course.
Right. Which I wanted to talk about briefly, but it's a good place to put it. So David makes wonderful YouTube videos. Passion Velomobile? That's the YouTube channel. So catch them because they're good, they're funny. I love it. All right. How about pricing? Do you want to talk about the pricing for the kit?
The kit is at this price, so almost 4,000 euros, ready in this shape. So we will think about some options like a complete hood, electrical system, electric assistance, the difference of wheels. We will think about this different choice, but this is the basics model, this one.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And if you are interested out there in purchasing Alleweder, would you contact Katanga? Is this the process? Or how do you go about buying this?
It's me. I organize the communication, the sales, and Katanga and Alligt, they are my two partners. And
so Alleweder-velomobile.com, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, that's
so we have one website. I am behind this website, so when you are contacting us, it's me. And they organize the supplying solution and the shipping. So at first it will be shipped from Czech Republic, but I'm in France and I will communicate in France, but all the model can be shipped in everywhere in the world.
Okay,
yeah.
That sounds great. So good, David. Thank you so much for showing us the beautiful Alleweder. It's nice to see you again.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. All right, guys, we are here with Leo from Allligt, and he has been working on some very interesting projects. We're going to talk about one of them right now, Leo.
Yes.
And in front of us is the Golo vehicle, right? It's a cargo commercial vehicle. Tell us what you've been working on.
This is what Golo has, and it functioned to make the discway clean from the dirt on the road. I like to transfer that idea to a Velomobile, where normal you don't need this kind of protection, but then you have the small version. This one, here the wheel, there the disc brake, and just a mud card for the disc brake. That's what I will try to find out, what is optimum, and if I can improve the lifetime of the disc brake. That's the goal, improve the lifetime of the disc brake.
Okay, to protect it and improve that. And will this end up like on the Alleweder?
We will start with this in the Alleweder, because then I have a connection with the customer and they can tell me if it works or not. Want it doesn't make sense if it doesn't work to improve this. Now, if you have bad conditions, you have 3,000 kilometers for a disc brake.
Okay.
I think it can be or should be doubled. And if it only go from 3,000 to 4,000, I think it's not worthwhile doing. But if it goes from 3,000 to 5 or 10,000, then this is a good product. And then I can invest more. And now first I start with small series. This is vacuum formed. I take the big part from Varibike, cut the half away, start with that and see where it's going. But after that I will make an injection mold to go to mass production. That's normally a goal what I have with my company. Make one step from small series to mass production.
Right. And in the meantime, you get feedback from customers who are using it, make small changes until you get it where you want it.
Yes, yes, that's what I do.
Tell us about this metal mesh. What is this?
Yeah, this is metal structure, and these are special type structures. You can find a lot of YouTube. I got it from YouTube and see it, and like, oh, I want to have that, and see if I can transform it to something which I can produce and use in, say, an ideal kit for velomobiles. You see here structures which can expand, and by expanding, by turning it, it can have a 3D form. So my idea was make an Alleweder from this kind of structure, and that people can form their own velomobile.
So it is fairly firm and strong.
Yeah, if you have 3D from this is just, it's just nothing.
Right.
You can make do, but if you give this in 3D structure, like this was an experiment for the nose cone.
Right.
You can do something with
now it's firmer and you get some structure
yeah,
too.
And I spent some time to find out the good structures. You can have many type of structures, which I can mill, and then also be lightweight.
Leo, so how do you actually make these from these sheets of aluminum?
I do this, I mill it, and first I find out or optimize the structure to have an optimal milling program. Then I make a small part, then I mill that part, then I screw one bolt in the middle of it,
Okay.
and then I can make other parts, then I put a bolt in it, and then I mill the rest.
Nice.
So because this is too weak to mill it in once, then it goes all the ways and you can mill it. You have to screw it down with several screws, and then it's okay.
Good.
This is not a really nice economical process. It takes a few hours milling time for one plate. I can mill 3 or 4 plates in one time. I hope that people can get ideas with this and tell me how I should proceed further, because I cannot make an Alleweder from it that makes sense.
Right. Let's explain, so for those who don't understand. So the Alleweder is a velomobile that is made out of aluminum sheets, yes?
Yeah, sheets, full sheets.
That are riveted together. But if you can build a velomobile out of something like this, it's much lighter, clearly, because so much is missing.
It's lighter, and you can shape it by yourself. And then perhaps add another layer of glass fiber, whatever you want, of textile to stiffen it, making it weatherproof. But yeah, and then it should be, in my opinion, a kind of a good kit, what you can communicate to people, and then they can
build it themselves,
build them themselves, maintenance it themselves, give shape themselves. But you see, it's a beginning. You can see you can do with it, but it is for me difficult. How
very clever,
what you should do it. I can only imagine that I will make partly this structure, say, for people with very big feet.
Right.
Then you come to the top, and then if you have that structure,
you bump it out.
You bump it out. You put a layer glass fiber on it, and you are ready to improve your thing. That's the only small thing I can think about what will works and add some value to what I have, and the rest is. People should think about it. It's brain.
It's food for thought.
Food for the thought.
Leo, I just want to take a minute to thank you very much for supporting us, being a sponsor here at Spezi 2024 of the Laidback Bike Report. We really appreciate your support. Thank you, Leo.
Well done. You're welcome.
All right, guys, we're here at the AZUB booth with our pal Hansa. Hansa, go in it, Hansa. Wait, how's it going, Hansa?
It's going very well, thank you.
So tell us what's new at AZUB.
New?
Yes.
Well, honestly, nothing.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
No, that's not true. Nothing that wouldn't be, no new models really, no new like major components or stuff like this. But what we are excited about is that we have a new paint shop in the company.
Okay.
So, you know, we have in our offer the color shop option, so you can really mix and match colors of different parts of the bike and frame and racks and so on. There were some issues with the painting company we used, so we decided to have our own paint shop, which was installed just about a month ago. And surprisingly for us and also for the paint shop maker, we are already running it pretty well, and you can see the bronze or the brown parts here. They were painted in that new paint shop, so we are excited about that. It was a big thing for us, also because it is like the first technology which we have really in-house. Otherwise, for the frame building and parts, we use nearby Czech or Slovakian companies mostly.
What kind of process is the painting process that you have there? We were at Trike recently and saw those.
It's roughly the same as Trike does. So it's a powder coating. We have the sandblasting machine, and then
the ovens,
the oven as well for roughly 5 to 6 frames, I guess, and 2 different technologies or options how to paint the frames and so on and so on. So one of our employees learned how to paint, so it is his new duty. He likes it. He already plays with it. He tries the stuff which they say it's not possible with the powder coating, and he's doing it. He's always like, hey, see, they say that it's not possible, so I have done it here. So
so someday it may end up in a museum somewhere, is it?
Maybe, but that's usually a piece of tube,
right?
So not really for a museum. So yeah, so we use that opportunity this time and prepare those 3 bikes here that are this time kind of detailed with the black, bronze or brown, whatever color you see here.
Okay. All right, Hansa, so today's the first day here at Spezi. How has your experience been so far? What do you think about it?
Well, I really like it. I have to say we really like the place, we like the venue. It is maybe a little farther away from the major cities, say, but I think it's really worth coming. And the show is again a bit bigger than it was last year. The test track is longer. There are all the major manufacturers here already, which is nice as well. Bigger booth. We also have a slightly bigger the area where you can borrow the Trikes for test riding, which was important for us. So yeah, exciting times. Unfortunately, it is really cold. So the time before we also enjoyed camping here. This time we had to have some roof above our heads in the night.
You guys have been known over the years for your wild camping experience at all the events, but this year, what is it? Is it an age thing, would you say, or is it just purely the weather?
It's the weather.
I thought so. Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, Hansa, thanks for spending the time with us here, and thank you for being a sponsor here at Spezi for the Laidback Bike Report. We really appreciate that, as always.
Thank you for coming and enjoy the show.
All right, pal. There we go. All right. Are you excited about this?
Yes.
A bit. All right, guys. We are here at the Bambuk booth at Spezi with Anton. Anton, how are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Good. It's good to see you again. So, Bambuk's got these wonderful trikes, and there have been some updates since we talked last. Tell us about what's going on at Bambuk.
So the main difference to the Bambuks that we produced 5 years ago, as we met last time, is a new motor that we use So we use a newest motor from Bosch CX with a cargo programming. So it's the best motor as a pedelec application at the moment in Europe. The advantage of this motor, you have a complete legal setup, so 250 watt motor, but their peak torque is by 750 watt. So you need this peak motor to climbing some steep hills. The latest development of Bosch is a smart system, and we applicate their battery from Bosch with 725 watt hours. So with this battery you have much longer rides that you can do. No?
Okay. You know, Anton, that's all good about the new stuff. Let's assume some people don't know anything about Bambuk at all. So why don't you quickly run through the features of the trike that you have here that make it a little bit different than other sorts of trikes?
Yeah. So we have here a three-wheel tandem. It's a recumbent tandem with a good stability on the road. It lays very stable as you are coming uphill or turning, so the center of gravity is relatively low. You have a complete suspension in front. We have a leaf spring suspension. It's very robust and need no service at all, lifelong. On the back we have also suspensions with kinematics, so you don't feel any road holes or something like this, so it's everything smooth. The big advantage of the Bambuk is the telescopic frame, so you can telescope it to transport it on the back of your on a special rack, for example, or you can telescope it to for the bind for the leg length that you need. So you can put the rear frame back or forth as you need, and the front frame the same way. So we can let drive the people from some children from maybe the height of 1.40 meter and to the adults with 2 meter body height.
Good. And so if you want to transport some sort of cargo, how can we do that? Do you have a way of adding a cargo carrying capability?
Yes, just this year we have a new feature. It's a cargo basket.
Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah.
So you can put it here on the seat, and we have here a fixing point. You put it inside, I hope. Yeah, like this. And then you're ready to transport bigger pieces, everything that you need to take with you, and you can drive also as a single bike, not as a tandem. It's a great feature for people that want to use it as tandem and as a cargo bike. So it's a universal usage of this bike.
Very, very nice. Okay, Anton, so let's talk about the steering.
Yeah, the steering is Unterlenker in German. So the steering that goes beneath the legs. So you have here everything open in front of you. You don't have to put your hands, and it's much more ergonomic as on the normal bike. So you steer like this, and you go 100 kilometers and you don't feel anything on your shoulders. So it's very comfortable.
All right. Anton, thank you for showing us the Bambuk. Very interesting. I hope people will be taking a look at it further. And we really wanted to thank you and Bambuk especially for supporting the Laidback Bike Report here at Spezi, being a sponsor. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Anton.
Also, thank you.
All right, guys, we are here with Grin Technologies and Justin. Justin, how are you?
Folks, I'm doing superb.
Good. So I don't know if you're all familiar with Grin, but you're about to get familiar with them. Justin's going to tell us about the hub motors that they make and what they're doing with them. So Justin, tell us about your motors starting out.
Thanks, Gary, for the intro here. So the motor that we have, we've been calling it the all-axle hub motor. It's a direct drive motor, and we've been enthusiasts of direct drive motors since the very early days of the e-bike industry. So I personally got interested in e-bikes in 2004, that's 20 years ago. And that was when hub motors had just come onto the market and were really revolutionizing the potential for e-bikes in this very early adopter stage. Up to that point, any e-bike conversion involved substantial amounts of gearing, either friction drives on the tire or bolting sprockets to your wheel, and suddenly there's a solution of the motor integrated in the wheel, a direct swap. And it's always held a soft spot in my heart as being just the ideal way of propelling a vehicle. But what we saw is that China took over the dominance of motor manufacturing and just didn't innovate. They reached a stage where the motors worked, they worked well for their domestic market, but they didn't improve the compatibility to bicycle standards, which are always evolving in North America. And so things like disc brakes were very slow to come into the world of hub motors from China. But then all the modern innovations related to through axle attachments to wheels on bike frames, to boost and super boost spacing, the hub motors were just left in the dust and were not an available propulsion option. So I always wanted to bring that simple, elegant drive technology to modern platforms. So the idea for making our own motor kind of started in 2011, 2012. It took about 6 years before we actually had a first item in production. And over those 6 years, the scope of what we could do started to increase. So in addition to working with, through axle bicycle forks, we also thought, well, this could also install very nicely in a single side mount, and that opens up the possibility of electrifying not just front and rear wheels where it's supported on a fork on both sides, but tadpole tricycles or delta trikes where you have a single side mounted wheel. And so in the last few years, as we've seen the enthusiasm for electric assist to span all modes of cycling, we've tried to make adapter systems to accommodate all the different makes and models of tadpole trikes that are out there so that you get this front motor option.
And so what else?
Yeah, so I mean, part of what we see a bit of it, I mean, this show is so special to me because it's a collection of all the, outside the box bicycle transportation modes. And one thing that most of these people appreciate and understand are the benefits of hub motors, which are often poo-pooed and understated in the normal bicycle world, which has been just enamored with Bosch and Shimano as your two drive systems. But those systems put all the mechanical propulsion through the pedal drivetrain, increasing the wear, and they don't have any potential for regenerative braking. And you'll hear if you go to a normal bike shop and ask about regen, they'll say, oh, it's nothing, it's a couple percent, it's just a silly perk that's of little merit. But if you've actually ridden a bike with regen, it is groundbreaking. It's like the most aha experience that you've ever had, to feel the energy, the stored energy that you've put into pedaling suddenly come back into the battery, be available to use again. It just totally transforms the dynamics and the joy that you have in actually coming to a stop. But it also massively increases the duration of time span between routine bicycle maintenance tasks. And so if you own a bike that you ride all the time, you are burning through brake pads, you're wearing through chains, you're wearing through cassettes, and you're wearing through your tires. And by putting the propulsion in the hub, all of that brake pad wear that you're used to dealing with from stopping is now taken care of electronically. All of the chain wear that you're used to dealing with from the motor going through the chain is now reduced because most of the torque is done by the motors. Your chain pedaling effort is a lot less than on a non-electric bike. And the only thing that we don't solve is the problem of tire wear. And what can I say? You'll have to replace your tires.
The tires are still going to roll on the road, right? So, so Trey had asked you a little bit earlier. I think it's something that we need to discuss. So one of the drawbacks that is discussed also with hub motors is heat and how it generates a lot of heat and can cause some problems. zones, and you guys kind of have a way around that. Tell us what you're doing. How do you view that?
For sure. So I've studied motor temperature. I mean, that is basically every motor. It's not a hub motor problem. Every motor, the limit to how much power and torque a motor can give is not determined magnetically. It's not a question of the iron or the magnets that are used. It's really a question of how can we get the heat out of it. And so whether it's a mid motor or a hub motor, you have to extract that heat. And a hub motor has a downside that climbing a hill at a low RPM, it's generating a lot of heat and doesn't have a lot of thermal flow to get it out of there. So we actually set up a wind tunnel at our shop in Vancouver to actually study with infrared cameras, temperature sensors, how much heat is being in the motors and how different cooling strategies work to cool it. A very common strategy 15 years ago was just to drill holes in the side of your motor. And that works stupendously well. Instead of having this trapped air volume, now air can circulate through the motor, and you can basically double the capability, the thermal power of a motor just by drilling holes, but you introduce a risk of sand, dirt, debris getting inside the motor. In practice, it really had little downsides, and if water got in the motor, it would just evaporate out. But most people are overall nervous about opening the insides of the motor. Another very common thought would be, well, why don't you just put oil in the motor to cool it? So that, of course, works. If you fill a motor with oil, you now can move the heat from the middle to the outside of the motor, but you have all of this drag. Not only do you have drag, you're never going to seal a motor against oil leaking. Oil will leak its way through ball bearings, it'll leak its way through the cables, it'll spill onto your disc rotors, suddenly your mechanical disc brakes don't work, and it adds a lot of viscous drag. So people will complain about a hub motor having a little bit of drag to spin. Well, you fill it with oil, you now doubled or tripled that. So we had this brainwave that we were familiar with magnetic fluids, ferrofluids, and we thought, hey, well, with a ferrofluid, then the oil, you wouldn't have to fill the motor, it would just stick on the magnets, and then it wouldn't leak out of the motor. Wow. We tested that, and it worked as expected, but it also had a lot of drag because we filled the whole thing with ferrofluid. Nothing leaked, but it had the resistance. But as I was running the experiment, I didn't seal it very well, and it started to leak out, and I kept running the test, and the ferrofluid was splattering over the room, over the wind tunnel, but I was monitoring the temperature, and it got to a point where almost all the ferrofluid had splattered out, and it still had the doubled thermal conductivity. And so I was baffled by this. Eureka! I opened it up, and there was just 5 or 6 milliliters left, and it turned out that's all you needed. You just needed a few drops in order to bridge that gap, and a few drops doesn't cause that drag because so little of the surface area is covered. And so by just adding 10 milliliters of this fluid, we now double the ability of that motor to shed heat, which can push the motors up a much higher grade climb, carry more loads, and just expand the bounds with which a given hub motor will work.
And that's a permanent seal, yeah? What does that need to be replaced?
That's a great question. We're up to now 6 years in running it. I imagine after 20 or 30 years, there might be some chemical breakdown, but the product's ferrofluids, they've been used extensively both in hard drives. So in the original platter hard drives, that's how they sealed. They didn't have ball bearings to seal it. They would seal it with ferrofluid so no dust would get in, because if you get one speck of dust in a hard drive, that's going to mess up that whole sensitive reading platform. They also use them in speakers, and in these applications, they're lasting years and years and years. Worst case, in 10 years, you might need to add another, half of a syringe full. Okay. But yeah, the other thing related to that hill climbing is that in a hub motor, because you're geared naturally by the size of the wheel, when you go to a smaller diameter wheel, you get a substantially better performance. And because recumbent bikes especially are prone to use 20-inch wheels, an actual hub motor does way, way better than it does on an upright bike where sort of 29 inches become the norm recently.
Perfect. So let me ask you, Justin, about your collaboration with any trike manufacturers. So you talk about the tadpoles that you had. Are you working with any manufacturer?
Yeah, I would love to. So we're not directly working with them. We need to establish our credibility within this industry. My first experience on tadpole trikes was for the 2018 Sun Trip Solar Bike Race. So that's been sort of an every other year. There's a group of 40 to 50 people compete in a fairly epic, between 5 to 10,000 kilometer solar electric bike touring trip.
You've never done that.
So 2018 I did that. And I wanted to do a tandem bike that I could ride with my girlfriend at the time, now my wife. And the natural, because you're dealing with the solar, you need a solar roof. A trike is a way better platform than a bicycle. So we found a tandem TerraCycle rover, actually. I think it was on Whidbey Island, just south of us in Vancouver. Picked that up, and that became this platform on which we wanted to build an electric system. And that was my first time actually installing our motors on the side mount. So it let us understand how these side-mounted hubs are basically built. We did almost 6,000 kilometers from France to Iran on a tandem tricycle with 2 hub motors. Not a single issue with the motors, not a single broken spoke. We're going up through the Alps, 2,000 meter elevation gains on a daily basis. No problem with the hub motors overheating. There's a single point where we stopped to cool it down, but most impressively was the regenerative braking. So we didn't once have to replace our brake pads. At one point we got almost a kilowatt hour of energy back into the battery going down right into the coast on the Caspian Sea.
Yeah.
And that proved to me that this was just such a viable option. So what's basically happened since then is, as we've had customers ask about it, we'd say, hey, send us the steering knuckle of your trike, and then we'll CNC an adapter system in order to make it fit. And we've now had customers from Ice Trike, Free Cross is an elliptical system, HP Velotechnik, we just finished that a couple months ago, and these adapters, we basically came up with a fairly universal approach. Every single one of these Trikes has a different hub standard, which is a bit annoying, as I'm sure you guys are super familiar with. Maybe there will be a conversion onto one spindle size, but as it is now, almost all these Trikes have a disc brake. We simply have a metal adapter plate that installs on the torque arm and then mounts underneath the disc bulk calipers. So that way, all of the torque of the motor is safely coupled to the disc calipers, and you don't really need any special machining tools or capability to fit the motor on a side.
Sounds good. I think that's about all we need to know, except I have one last question.
Yeah.
So no issues whatsoever on the Sun trip with the motors. Were there any issues with the relationship?
I would say it evolved in a very positive sense. We got married 2 weeks after flying back from Iran to my hometown. It was our pre-marriage honeymoon, and it was a good test of compatibility there.
There you go. It worked out well for Justin. Maybe it'll work out well for you. So, all right. Thank you so much. Justin, it's great meeting you. All right, folks, we are here at the HP Velotechnik booth. My good pal, Heiko. Hello, Heiko.
Heiko Truppe. Say it.
Like he said, it. Oh, say Troppel.
Oh, wow, the first time.
I shocked you, didn't it?
Yes.
I've been sandbagging it the whole time. I was waiting to get you on camera.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's Heiko. That's the only part of his name I can pronounce. Now, we're going to talk about the lineup HP has out, maybe a little bit of the sales, what's going on for the U.S. Tell me what's going on here.
Yes, actually, I know you are looking for news.
Yes.
Since our news date is the Eurobike in summer, we don't have any special news for the Spezi, but of course, the Spezi is the second, or in the range, the most important bike show.
You didn't want to
us.
say the second most important.
Yes.
It's in the top tier of events for recumbents in the world.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's the biggest special bike show in the world, and
right. And so HP wants to make a good showing here. What are we going to show?
Yes. So we at Spezi we are always with a whole lineup. So we have all our expedition models. All the geckos, all the scorpions, the new Delta TX, the two-wheelers, not to forget. We alone have 4 two-wheelers, and so it's, I think, 18, 19 models standing here at the booth, and on the test track we have all our test bikes with us. So we came here with 2 big lorries, semi-trucks. Semi-trucks.
Right.
I'm learning. And just to show, this event is the most important event in the special bikes world.
Let's take a look at some of the models that Heiko brought here in this large booth here at Spezi.
That'd be nice.
So here we are with the geckos. Tell me about what you have.
Yes, as you might know, the geckos are our entry model trikes, entry-level trikes. Mm-hmm. Why entry-level still is HP quality. The geckos are very fast foldable, which is especially nice for commuter or commuters, or if you have a small apartment or want to transport it by car. You can fold them very quickly into small packages. And the gecko is especially interesting in the US. We have a special US gecko series since some years with very attractive packages. So like our special edition, which we offer worldwide for the Scorpion, we have a Gecko US edition with very nice features. I mean, HP Velotechnik is well known for the accessories, where you can customize the trike bike according to your wishes, and so this is all also available for the Geckos. So for a good bargain, you get a great trike.
Very nice. Nice combinations. Heiko, we've got the Scorpion set up here. What do you want to talk about here?
Yes, here it's very nice to see how far. I mean, the Scorpion trike series, as you know, is our premium trike series. They always come with suspension, rear suspension. Many come with full suspension. It's the biggest model range we have. So this is probably the most versatile bike trike which we have at all. As you see, you can equip it in a racing style. You can equip it in touring style. This one is the Scorpion FX, I think. Yes, Scorpion FX, which can load up to 4 big Oatly bags. So this is a lot of room. And here you see it as a hand cycle with our module, hand cycle module, hands-on cycle, which you call it. So this is a very versatile platform for every use you can imagine.
All right, Heiko. So one of the things we wanted to emphasize here at HP is the way you handle adaptive technology for folks who may need some extra help. So what do we have here?
So we have a whole range of adaptive cycling accessories, like these hand rests, which I consider as a comfort option more, but together with these straps where you can fix your arm if it's coming loose. This is an adaptive accessory. One hand actuation of brakes and shifting. This one is with a pinion, with a long shifter. So you only need one hand to operate the tricycle. We have special pedals. This one is also with a calf brace. The trike has a turn indicator, which is not considered as a special adaptive option. But of course, if you only have one hand, how do you want to show
hand signals? Yeah.
How do you want to show the hand sign turning to the left? So this turn indicator in this case is also an ability option. We have a whole range of options.
The VA works with a number of recumbent dealers in the U.S. I know some of them have been working with the VA for quite some time, and it really will help to have you guys afford some of the trikes and adaptive needs that you may need. So work with the dealer, maybe the VA can help, and adaptive needs, it's great that HP does all this. Heiko, the world of two-wheeled recumbents, we don't talk about it enough, I think, but HP has a really nice lineup of two-wheelers. Tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah, thank you for asking, because definitely two-wheelers are still our passion.
Yeah.
Two-wheelers are the heritage where we come from. The first HP Velotechnik bike was a bicycle. So the street machine you see in front, here it is equipped with a streamer to make it useful, handy for bad weather conditions as well. We're standing right next to it's a wonderful color. I think it's green. Like green. The Laidback Bike Report, it's green. And the green one is the Grasshopper. Of course, the Grasshopper is green. It's a foldable recumbent bike, which is not too, which you won't find too often, even in the innovative recumbent industry. Here we have the Speed Machine, which is a fast touring recumbent, and in the back, the yellow one is the Speed Machine S Pedelec, which is considerably new at the moment. It's the only fast electric, so up to 45 kilometers per hour, which is
that's your limit here, yeah.
That's our limit, especially exactly. It's the only fast electric recumbent bike with which is admitted to use on the road, as far as we know.
Good. All right, Heiko. So the latest from HP is the Delta TX, and we are a bit familiar with it. Our own Trey and Lisa Bourgoyne did a nice review, and maybe I'll link to it right over here. You guys can take a look at that review, but it is the first Delta Trike from HP, and I know you guys have had a lot of success already. Tell us about the Delta TX.
Yes, so this is the newest one on the Spezi, you're right. We introduced it on the last Eurobike last summer and are selling it already since December. I think we started to sell the first demo models for shops, and in the early 2024 we sold the first Delta TX to customers. So yes, I think this was the most successful start of a new model in all the HP Velotechnik history. The feedback is very, very nice. So we are quite happy. If you haven't heard of it,
yeah, briefly tell me a little bit about it.
So it's the first trike with two wheels in the back and one wheel in the front. Usually HP Velotechnik is building the tadpole trikes with two wheels in the front. So it's a reverse tadpole. Yes, many dealers wanted us to make one. I mean, we didn't invent two wheels in the back, but many dealers said, "Are you HP Velotechnik? You can do this perfectly. Please bring us an HP Velotechnik with two wheels in the back." We call it e-chopper because it comes not only with the chopper handlebars, but always comes with a motor system. Because our focus was on comfort, on people who like to ride in comfort, no matter whether they're 30 or 80. So maybe at a certain age you need a motor, but we all know it's
sooner or later
also nice if you're still young.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And one feature is that you can choose the same seats as we have for the Scorpions or the two-wheelers. So it's no, it's not all seats. It's not the Bodylink seat, which is too sporty for this kind of trike, but you can choose all the mesh seats, and the same with our Ergomesh Premium seats, which are even more comfortable, even more adjustable. You can change the character, or the riding characteristics. You can adjust better. So
you have the quick release,
yes,
right here.
Yes, this is. You have first one release here, and one here, and then you can adjust the seat like this, and the Ergomesh Premium seat. The seat itself and the backrest can be adjusted independently, so there's a lot of adjustment possibilities. We offer different handlebar or stems. So this one is a regular stem, I think. You can have a large stem with a regular one, or you can shorten it, and you can also use a short stem, which is not only shorter but has a different angle.
And then also I think something that's unique in Deltas is the way you put together the, not the differential, but a way for the wheels to separately roll, right? This is different. Tell us about it.
But as you we're talking about suspension, many recumbent riders know a bad suspension can be improved by big tires. So we have a good suspension here, and we have big tires. So this is also very comfortable. Usually on trikes of this build, you use differentials. But the problem with the differentials, it's heavy. You need maintenance. And if you have loose ground and want to accelerate in a curve, the wheel that has no grip will be accelerated.
Right.
And so you won't move. And our engineer said, no, there's a simple solution, which is we won't say better, but which is as good as a differential, but has many advantages, which is a double freewheel. So it's lighter.
Right.
You don't have a complicated component to maintain. And the good thing is, if you accelerate on loose ground, the wheel with grip gets accelerated, which improves a lot of your riding experience.
Sounds good.
And what I forgot, because this trike is very, very long, and you may want to ask whether
how am I going to transport
it or transport it. Here you can separate it into 2 halves. And the stem comes. This is very nice. This is attached with a magnet. They attach it on the exhibition. They attached it separately.
We riveted it to the frame. So.
There's only magnet. You put away the stem. The stem goes under the back part, and so you have 2 parts which are almost of the same weight. Do you see me? And so this is very handy to transport or store.
Great, Heiko. So finally, and at the rear end of the Delta TX, carrying capacity. You want to go shopping, you have a place to put some bags. How do you handle the carrying aspect of this?
Yes, for carrying things, got a wonderful, nice, big basket. On a platform carrier, which comes as a standard which can carry up to 25 kilograms. How much is it in pounds? I don't know.
So 2.2 kilograms, 2.2 pounds per kilogram. Yeah. So how many kilograms?
25.
So it's 55,
I think
60.
16, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's math on the fly here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So we said that it is e-assisted, and there are some options for e-assist as well, yes?
Yes, of course. This is the only trike or bike with the HP Velotechnik where we use a Bafang motor. It's a Bafang M300. This motor comes as basic motor, but already with the possibility to combine it with an automatic shifting, the Enviolo hub, which is very, very comfortable. The alternative would be Shimano Steps motors, which are classic torque sensing motors, exactly. So they give them maybe a more natural feeling or a more performing feeling.
Okay, so many options. The Delta TX.
The Delta TX.
Folks, that wraps us up here at HP Velotechnik. We thank Heiko for showing us around. And with me now is one of the co-CEOs, Paul from HP. Paul, it's nice to see you.
Hi, Larry. Good to see you.
Good. And I wanted especially to have a chance to thank you for sponsoring us here at Spezi 2024. HP has always been such a big supporter of the Laidback Bike Report, and I really appreciate that. So thank you, my friend. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. I was just saying, last time we went to Dayton, so we took all the way to come to the US to show our product there.
That's right.
So I really appreciate you come over and see here, so there's a continuation in what's going on in the recumbent market. The US market is very important for us. We think we have some great products that many people in the US can benefit from. So it's good to see them here. And the good news is we are also coming back to Dayton with the show to people can come over to in the US and see our stuff there.
Right, so coming up in September, CycleCon is what Paul's talking about, and so we look forward to seeing you there as well. All right, folks, we are here with my buddies at the ICE booth here at Spezi 2024. Phil, I've known for a while. It's nice to see you, Phil. And this gentleman right here, Adrian, is the new CEO of ICE, and Adrian, it's very nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. It's great to be here.
So if you would, since the folks may not know too much about you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I joined ICE at the beginning of 2023. Before that, I was predominantly in the automotive industry, but saw the opportunity between automotive and cycling and how the two sort of worlds are coming together in mobility, and got introduced to ICE as a business, met the folks, and just fell in love with the place straight away and fell in love with the industry. So really delighted to be here. It's great.
It's great to have you and to meet you. Are you formulating a plan now for changes at ICE? What are some of the ideas you have?
Yeah, so we've got lots of ideas. We've made quite a few changes to the business to make sure we're really efficient and operate effectively. Making sure we're really market driven and focused on what our dealers and our customers are looking for. And we've got some really exciting stuff in the pipeline. There's some of it today that Phil will share with you, but we've got lots more to come, so watch this space.
Sounds really good. All right, so let's delve into some of the products, Phil, if we could, that we have, maybe starting right here with the Sprint X. What do we got?
So this year we've got a brand new colour for the Sprint X and Sprint X Tour. The Sprint X is one of our most popular trikes. It's ideal for touring. It's very fast. Probably one of the fastest folding trikes in the world.
I have one.
You have one. Great. And yeah, we've had it in the grey for quite a while, and so we wanted to freshen it up a little bit and turn it into sort of a vibrant, sort of quite lively trike for 2024.
Good.
So the new red colour, passion red colour, we've called it. It's vibrant. It's got a whole new graphics design on it as well. So we hope that's going to be really popular with our customers going forward.
Very nice. So where are we going to go next?
Okay, so we're going to also look at the Sprint X as well. So for the first time ever, we've put the Shimano Steps motor system on the Sprint X.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
All right, Phil, so what's the deal with this?
So for the first time ever, we've put the Shimano Steps motor system, EP8 motor system, on the Sprint X, which means it's one of the fastest touring trikes available, but also now to sort of help people with the hills and give people a little bit more assistance and more range, we've put the motor system on there as well. So we hope that's going to be a really popular option for a lot of people going forward. And also it's available in the nice new passion red, and also the gunmetal grey that we've had before. So two great options, great for sort of husband and wife.
How about the shifting on this trike?
Okay, so we've got the new Shimano Q's trigger shifting available now. Well, will be available in summer for our trikes. It's very sort of ergonomic. It's very clean. It's very direct. It lets you have your hands on the controls all the time. And we've also designed a very clean cable sort of system where it removes all the cables that usually come with this. So what we've got now is the cable redirectors are all contained within here. So it means it's very clean, it's very ergonomic, and that's what's going to be happening this summer. So next we're going to talk about the full fat special edition.
All right, so Phil, here we are with the full fat, an amazing trike, and a very special history with a particular person as well. Let's talk about the full fat and some of the exciting adventures it's had.
Okay, so 10 years ago we were asked to design a trike that could make it to the South Pole. Maria Leerstam decided that she wanted to do this as a challenge. No one had ever done it before. She came to ICE and we built her the Polar Cycle. That was 10 years ago, and to celebrate that anniversary, we've decided to create a special edition, 10-year anniversary full fat.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, she actually made it to...
Make it to the South.
So, okay, good.
Yeah, so she cycled there in 10 days and 14 hours. Many people have tried it since, and nobody's done it. So an amazing achievement.
Sure.
It's an amazing success. She is a legend, and yeah, it's great to be just part of that piece of history.
Sure.
Yeah. So working with Maria, so we've integrated Maria's signature into this edition. So it's the signature edition for 2024 for the full fat. So we bundled in some special accessories. So we have a nice new sort of limited edition water bottle which comes with this. We have a signed badge from Maria which comes with this. We have a special signed edition of the book that comes with this, and we've got a nice beanie hat as well which comes with the full fat.
That's great. So, Adrian, we're going to go take a look at another trike. Where are we going next?
We're going to look at the 25th anniversary Cream trike. So this is our 25th anniversary Cream trike, so the Ice Cream. We were 25 years old. We started in 1998. so 25 years old last year, and we wanted to do something special for our customers to celebrate all that's great about ice and being made in Great Britain. So we chose some quite traditional colorways with the ice cream and the decals, with special edition water bottle and side panniers. It was also a nice celebration for the staff and the team as well, because at the end of 2022 we became employee owned, so everyone has a share in the business, and it was just a nice way to celebrate how we were progressing as a business, looking forward to our next 25 years in business. So yeah, we're very proud of this model.
All right, guys, I think that'll wrap it up here at the ICE booth, but Adrian has a few things he may want to share with us. What do you have to say, Adrian?
Well, firstly, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for your interest in the ICE products and all that we've got coming. We've got some really exciting stuff coming up, so watch out for that. And also just wanted to share what ICE is all about. We have a very clear purpose of what we're looking to do for our customers and our dealers, and also our staff. And it's encapsulated by our purpose, which is we put a smile on people's faces through inspired cycle engineering. So, you know, those trike smiles, you get them from ICE.
I love the trike smiles. So thank you very much, fellas. We really appreciate it. Phil and Adrian. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Guys, you know, it's not easy, and it is expensive to make a trip over to Europe to cover the Spezi, and we could not do this without the amazing support of the fine sponsors we have for the Laidback Bike Report. Many of them are exhibitors here at Spezi, but many of them are not, and we really appreciate the support of those of you who support us without even being here as exhibitors. So who are those guys? Well, Mickey at Laidback Cycles, thank you. And Larry at Jersey Bents. Boy, we appreciate that, Larry. And Mike at Velotilt. Mike, we really appreciate your support there. Thanks to you all for supporting us at the Laidback Bike Report. What's your name?
My name is Wolfgang.
Wolfgang, it's really nice to meet you. Very clever. So how long have you had this that you made?
I was ready in 2019.
So you've been using it for 5 years. You continue to develop and come up with other ideas?
Yes, and we, since 2019, we have no car. It's yes, it's
this is
my
yours
car.
and this is your wife's,
yes, yes, and we don't need it. It's very well.
And where do you live?
In Munich.
In Munich, okay. So I mean, that's great.
Yes.
So total commuting, going to get groceries, it's all done with these.
Yeah, that's
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if that's going to work. I know that he covered this thing here. That is a solid trike. And with one stick steering, huh? Yeah. Make sure you get the cat trike headrest there so they can see. That's it. We are at the Innovators area here, and what is your name?
Gustav. Hi.
Gustav, it's nice to meet you. Yes. So this is your innovation right here, yes?
That's right. It's Velogym, and we combine this cycle with a gym, Velogym. And it's pretty easy, the concept. We have a push-pull mechanism. It's this. And this is, at the same time, the steering mechanism. And that's our invention. And additionally, you train your legs like there. I can show you.
Please do, yes.
So you have the legs like usual. And in addition, you can push and pull. Now it's fixed.
Right.
And you get very fast. And
because you have both leg power and arm power in.
Leg power and upper body power. It's not only the arms, it's the shoulders, it's the chest and the back. And then you can steer in every position. This is the steering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. How long have you been working on this?
Oh, we worked a lot, several years. And of course not full time, because we have to earn some money also. But yeah, several years. There's a lot of work inside.
What are your plans and hopes then for this? Do you want to eventually go into a production or talk to a manufacturer? What do you want to do with it?
The next step is the second prototype. What you see here is the very first prototype. And the second prototype will be optimized. And then, even in this year already, we plan to produce 20 Velogyms and to sell them to test customers, to get feedback and to start step for step in a larger production.
Very nice. A very clever project, it looks like. So thank you. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Okay. Very good. Okay, back at the innovators area here at Spezi, and we're at an area that has a product called Clip Clap, and we haven't found who works here, but we have found a customer, a lady who just purchased. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Verena.
It's very nice to meet you. So you purchased the Clip Clap, right?
Yes.
Tell us what you think about it. Why did you buy it?
Most of the time I live in Germany and we have very cold weather, and when it's cold the feet on the bike get really, really cold, and so I thought this you can put under each kind of shoe, even a really warm shoe or a shoe which have no
SPD, right?
Speedy.
The clips.
Yes, and so you can just take like these shoes, put it under the shoes, and you can use it. And you put this, and then you have the clip.
You can clip in then.
You can clip in, and it works. And it's.
We need to sit you. Let's go sit. Can you sit and use this chair? Come on, follow us. Wait till he comes here so he can see you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, then. So let's demonstrate. How does it work?
So you put it. It's easy, just like this, under the shoe. Close it. Yes. Put in. Close and ready.
And you get on the bike and you start
get
riding.
on the bike and then you can clip in.
Right. And so the big advantage, like you mentioned, is that you can put these on any shoe.
On any shoe, and when you have do a long ride, sometimes in the past I took two kind of shoes, biking shoes with me, and one with normal shoes.
Yes.
And having this, I need only one biking shoe and this, so I can change if the feet get wet.
Right,
I can put it.
And less to pack, right? Less to pack if you're traveling.
Less to pack, and you can even have very, very warm shoes and put it on, and that is a good thing.
Clip Clap. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. We appreciate it. Guys, we're here with my pal Stefan. Stefan, how are you?
I'm fine. Hello, Gary. Nice to see you.
It's great to see you again. Now, we talked a little bit last year about this VM45, but wow, what a difference. I'm looking at something here that was based on that, but we've got some improvements. What do we have?
Yes, so you saw when we produced the forms. Now we have the first prototype. We have already do some testing with it. We saw already that we have to change some things, and we are busy to solve that and continue to durability tests.
Okay, so let's talk about the latest version, Velion. Yes, this is what we're calling it.
Indeed, the commercial name of this product is Velion, and we also worked on the design, and we are very happy with that now.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the features here. So let's assume that no one knows anything about what's happened before. What do we have here?
Yeah, it's a new type of vehicle, very innovative, which fills a little bit the gap between an electric bicycle and a small electric car. So you still pedal in it, you sport, but it has a very powerful assistance. It's very comfortable, you're protected against the weather. It's a much safer vehicle than electric bike, and it offers also a lot of space inside.
All right, yeah, I was going to say, it is relatively large and looks like a little cargo carrying capacity. How about talking about the individual features, lighting, suspension, and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so first it's 4 wheels, because often Velomobiles have 3 wheels. This has 4 wheels, which is very stable. It has independent suspension, traction of the rear wheels. Eventually with motors in the front wheels it will have 4-wheel traction. And the way to step on in is very easy. I can show you.
Yeah, let's see what you would do to step in. I'll stand here. Yeah, let's just come around.
So you can even stand in it and then sit.
And there he goes. Stefan, are you there?
I'm here, yeah.
Nice. So you can show us some of the features on the inside there. What's the steering like here?
So it's steering under the seat with the brakes, all the lights, the horn. You can access to everything very easily. And the motor is for the moment a Valeo mid-drive, which has automatic gear change, and it works very easy. So you advance, have handbrake, and gone you are. So very easy.
Yep, and coming out. Nice.
I can also show you the space in the trunk. So here you see the capacity, so you can really load a lot. You can travel with it and you have plenty of space. You can do shopping with it, take your dog with you.
That is huge. And is there space behind the seat as well?
Yes, there's space behind the seats. In front of the wheels you can also put some tools. So it's really voluminous, and it's, again, between what we know from Velomobiles and a small car.
Very nice. And so it's still in the prototyping stage, but you're getting closer. Can you give us an idea about when production may begin? When can someone buy one?
Yes, we have demand already for selling it as it is, as a bicycle without a motor, because there's a kind of public who is interested in building in themselves the motor. So we will start to sell to these people before the end of the year. I already made a list, so if somebody contacts me, I put his name on the list, and then I will sell in preference to people who come to test ride it in our place, because we want to be sure that these people know what they buy, that they are happy with the stage of development, how it is now. And then meanwhile we continue with the durability tests, with testing out some other motor possibilities, and then the homologation hopefully will start the next year and end the next year. The goal is to have it homologated end of next year.
Very nice. Okay, and what's next? We'll take a look at the WOW?
Yes, we can have a look at the WOW.
All right, let's do it. So let's get a little update on the WOW. This is your bread and butter. This is where you guys really started. What's new with the WOW? What would you like to tell us about it?
Yeah, so the WOW is really a velobike that is mature, that has its place on the market, and as a proof we can mention that now in the Sun Trip it's in position 1. Yeah, Jean-Marc de Boulot, he even broke the record of 1 day 475 kilometers.
Yeah, let's just, for those who may not know what the Sun Trip is, tell us just briefly, what is the Sun Trip?
So the Sun Trip is in fact a race with bikes with solar panels. Yeah? So they pedal, but they have also the help of the sun to provide the energy to advance. And this year it's a trip that starts in France, goes to Morocco and back. Yeah, it's about 10,000 kilometers, and I guess we are at day 20 now. Yeah, you have some really crazy guys who put records in this trip. Yeah.
Nice, very nice. Well, that shows the WOW off very well.
Yeah, the WOW offers possibilities that some other velo bikes do not offer, and that's why it's still a very popular product on the market.
Okay. Now, did you want to say something about those in the U.S. perhaps? There's some confusion about buying a WOW now in the U.S. Tell us what the latest is on that.
You're right. When we started since 2011, I sold directly to many US customers. Then we had the dealer there, Bicycle Evolution. In the start, all went well. At the end, it didn't go well at all. And we had to stop working with him. I'm sorry for people who have been disappointed, but we will sell directly again, like we did from the start, and advise before the purchase. Even we will advise that everybody is happy when he buys a bike and deliver directly to their door. So if you're interested in a WOW, contact me on my email.
Or, yeah, and through the website, yeah? That's also the way to start?
Yes, website, and there you find my contacts.
Very good. Okay. And then maybe we'll have a few words about the Pony 4?
Yes, we can have a look to the Pony.
All right. All right, Stefan, Pony 4s. Tell me what's going on with the Pony 4s.
So the Pony 4 is a cargo bike, 4 wheels, offers a lot of stability, very ergonomic position of the rider, and people buy it for different reasons. Personally, I started with this bike because I like to go with biking with my dog. Sorry. Ja, we zijn aan het filmen.
All right. We were biking with the dogs, I think, last year.
So I started with this project because I needed a solution to bike with my dog. I have a dog of 40 kilo. Other people buy it because they want to transport their children and do purchases. And we continue to develop new versions. Here you see a version which is a serial hybrid, which means chainless, 2 strong engines in the rear wheels, and a pedal generator in the front. So we continue developments, the sales go well. If you're interested in such a solution, then contact us on our website.
Very good. All right, and lastly, Stefan, thank you for being a sponsor again here at Spezi for the Laidback Bike Report. Always appreciate your support.
Thank you very much, Gary. It was very nice to see you again.
Very good. All right. All right, guys, we are here at the Podbike booth outdoors at Spezi this year, which is really nice, with Per from Podbike. Per, it's very nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's very nice to meet you again.
Yeah, all right. So, boy, there's so many things that have gone on with Podbike over the last few years since we really had a chance to talk in depth. Bring us up to date. What's the newest at Podbike?
The newest at Podbike is that we have started to deliver bikes in Germany. We deliver them by the truckload, 28. We managed to get into each truck. And we are currently hand assembling them in Norway, about 1 per day. And we are in discussions with the factory who can increase production rate quite a lot. Yeah.
Because, and this is your ultimate goal and has been for a long time, to really crank out the number of pod bikes and get to a level that it can go in production and many, many people can have it. But you've had some trouble along the way, like almost everyone does, including a pandemic that showed up at an inappropriate time for you, yeah?
Yes. Last time we tried to increase the volume, we kind of hit the top level of complexity or the dead bottom of luck. We started production in Germany just a month where we were banned from traveling to Germany, and the guys in Germany who were supposed to manufacture this together with us in Norway as a training exercise, they were not allowed to come to Norway either. And in addition to that, all the bike parts we needed, they suddenly disappeared from the shelves and factories all worldwide, because everyone stopped using cars and trams and buses, and they all started to ride bikes. So those big bike factories, they ordered everything available of bike parts, and for us in Podbike, we were not the company with a big ordering history, so we came at the end of the ordering line.
Yeah. So you're out of luck when that happens.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's bring it up to date, because things are going a little bit better now. You're manufacturing at least one a day or so, catching up with a backlog of orders, I assume.
Yeah.
And what about the Podbike itself in terms of its design? Are there things still being changed? Are we pretty much settled on a design? Where are we with that?
We are absolutely settled with the design we have today. There are certainly room for minor improvements of execution and some improvements, minor details, but basically the bike we make now we will continue to make for several years.
Okay, and so in terms of the production, you're feeling a little bit more confident. Are you confident enough to make some sort of prediction as to when you're kind of get caught up, and when, if someone really saw something here at Spezi, they saw the Podbike, they rode it, they loved it, when are they expecting to get it?
We dare to promise that bikes ordered today will get delivered within end of next year. That's something we promised.
Good, and I'm sure you feel confident enough to say that. So tell me about the folks that are riding the pod bikes here today. What are you hearing back from them? Are they loving it? Are they giving you suggestions? What's it like?
I would say that 9 out of 10 gives us a thumbs up, and they are positively surprised. They read something in social media, etc., about it being hard to climb, and the pedal generator is too sloppy, and it's very noisy inside. But those are the things that we have been focusing on, and we have had good help from professional laboratories in Germany on the sound issue. Thank you, Sika. And we also have to say that we have improved the force on the pedal generator quite a lot, so now you get instant feedback when you pedal. It's much closer to a regular bike. And the hill climbing, it's a bit hard. We do have a limit of 250 watt here in Europe, and that makes our bike, which weighs around 100 kilo, and a burden that is hard to bring up to high speed with 250 watt as a nominal power limit. Mm-hmm. That means that the maximum continuous output should not exceed 250 watt. And you can do easy calculations to find out that gives a very low speed. Of course, we have higher peak power, but we need to go slower than a regular e-bike, unless we increase the power. However, let's say in UK, they are discussing 500 watt limit. In Switzerland, they used to have 500 watt limit. In Norway, they have 500 watt limit under certain specifications. So it is possible, but for now, we need to make something that fits the current legislation, and that's 250.
Yeah, so the light electric vehicle category, which you are now fitting, it's so new. I think that the government's bodies that come up with the rules, I think, don't really understand always what it is they're dealing with. So you have to work within those limitations, I suppose.
That's quite important. And we also do some lobbying. We're trying now to get more than one state in the US accept four-wheel e-bikes.
Yes.
They are allowed it in New York now, but only in professional connections. We hope that four-wheel e-bikes would be plain sailing in the future, and then we will have the production capacity to follow that up.
Sounds really good. Well, I've always loved your project. Hello. Hello. I've always loved your project. I think it's a beautiful design. You guys work so hard. You're in it for the long haul, and clearly that's obvious. So we wish you a lot of luck, and we'll stay in touch.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. There's nothing to it.
That'll work.
Bye.
See ya. How does it hand? Pretty good. There's nothing to it, really. Just biking. Yep. See how sharp it turns. No. Almost. Yeah. Almost. Look at there. I've seen people having to do a wide turn.
That's them. Don't cut in front, don't cut in front, don't cut in front, don't cut in front. I knew that guy was going to cut in front.
Goes pretty quick. Try, but there we go. I got your feet. All right.
Here comes a test pilot now. How was it?
It was awesome. Not bad.
Got it. Here she comes. Emerging. Thank you so much, Luke. This is great. All right, guys, we are here at the Quadvelo booth with Luke, yes?
Yes, that's correct.
It's very nice to meet you. Now, last year...
My pleasure.
Thank you. Last year, we were here and saw, for the first time, the Quadvelo. It was kind of very new. And I think you've had some great success in the last year. So I was hoping you could give us a little update. Tell us what's been going on since then.
So last year it was really brand new. It was the first time we came to an exhibition. And honestly, it's a bit the same thing we showed this year, but we made some small improvements. So luckily we had some customers last year that bought one. So they have experience on it. They are in contact with us. We got a lot of nice small improvement ideas, and I can show you a few of them.
Please, that sounds great. So let me get out of the way.
What was one of the issues is that when you drive in a heavy wind, side wind and so, the door, it does not close like a door of a car that weighs 100 kilo or so. This is 4 kilo. And then the wind can get into it, and with heavy wind it can open, and as you see it opens to the back. You have an issue. So it's a very small thing. There is a security lock now here. From inside, you lock this and it can't open anymore. So these are the small things. Also, the distribution of the weight was not optimal. We had more weight in the back, less in the front. So we took the battery out of here and we put it there in the front.
Wow, that's a big change. So
it's a small change, but with a big effect. We presented a new kind of seat last year. It is now standard built-in. The advantage from this seat is that you can fold it when it wants. No, it doesn't want. I have to unscrew it from the other side also. And then you can fold it. It's easier to reach in the back. Another thing is we were struggling all the show last year with opening the back. There was a button like you see there to open it.
Yes.
It was rather difficult to open and to close. Now we solved it from the other side in another way.
All right.
That you From this side, just the fingers, these are tacked open, and you push a button here.
And it pops it.
Yeah, now it's open, you can reach easily and close it again. So it's safe now, nobody can open it from the outside, only from the inside you can get access to. For the rest, we changed the brakes also, disc brakes everywhere. It was drum brakes. Still last year you can see an example of that. Everything is disc brakes, much more braking power on steep hills or going downhill, so that's a real improvement.
As it turns out, last year we spent some time with Stefan in Katanga, and we went to Slovakia and to the composite place where they built.
Public.
Yes, and they were working on your Quadvelo bodies, and they do a really good job. Are you happy with the way this is?
We're very happy with these guys. Yeah. They made the bodywork since the first one and still do so. We are happy. Otherwise, we would have another supplier by now.
Of course, yeah. No, they seem like they do really good work. So,
by the way, also
yes,
Stefan started to assemble for us also.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
So we don't have our own assembly plant now in Hungary as only plant, but also
in Czech Republic. Yeah.
So we assemble in Hungary, and now in Czech Republic, Stefan from Katanga started to assemble also.
Nice. So are you pleased with the way it's been accepted and the volume of sales? Do you feel like this is really going to be taking off?
I'm happy with it because we are not aiming for high quantities. Sure not. This is not our main business. We have another business also. We are producers of printed circuit boards.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
With a factory in Germany and in Hungary. And this is a side project. What we started with our team in Hungary. We are all cycling fanatics, and that's
how this came about.
That's our hobby project that grew to something more than a hobby.
Well, I think it's a fantastic design. I think it's been very well accepted. It's clearly very well thought through in the design. So I appreciate you talking with us, Luke, and we wish you a lot of luck with it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for passing by.
Of course. All right, guys, here we are at Steintrikes here at Spezi 2024 with a couple of my friends, Robert and Victor, and they are going to talk to us about the Wild One, which we've talked about a number of times before, and a brand new trike. So let's kick it off with Robert. Robert, how are you? It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Good. So the new trike, the Rebel, there's been a progression from the Wild One. Tell us the story of the Rebel.
The Wild One was initially designed to be a standard full suspended tricycle, and with the appearance and popularity of the electric assist, we decided that it's time to change something, and we went step by step in bits and pieces, testing each of them, and the final result was just the middle section was too weak on the Wild One for the people who demand much more and have much more strength, and the Rebel came as a final result of all the puzzle pieces that we joined together to get a tricycle that can cope with almost anything you put ahead of it.
Well, tell us the difference. Why is a Rebel any different than a Wild One?
First of all, the torque and the power that the motors produce, or very strong riders, after all, are pushing the limits on the Wild One. And we don't want mishaps because the material gets tired from getting overstressed. And with thicker tubing, which is more resilient to torsion, and a little bit of bits and pieces changed in the design, which are more technical but really improve the performance of the trike itself. So this is basically an ultimate machine based on the Wild One, but yet different. Maybe 5 millimeters doesn't make a big difference for someone, but in technical aspects it increases the strength of the frame exponentially.
Okay, which is extremely important for the strong electric motors now that you have.
And strong riders as well.
And strong riders, right. Can you tell us a little bit about the motors? What systems do you have? And tell us some details there.
For now, we have only the Ollie bike systems and two motors, the Sport Plus with 85 Newton meters of torque and the Edge with 90 Newton meter. Both work with 36 volts, and we have for European standards for limitation 25 kilometer limitation in speed, and for the Americans 20 miles an hour. And well, you have to ride it to feel the difference.
Right. And we've got some video, hopefully, that we'll be able to show you of folks riding the Rebel in a really kind of an extreme manner over some rough terrain, yeah?
Yeah, it's a motocross trail.
Tell me about it.
That's 1.5, about 1 mile long, and we tested it to the end. So Victor was organizing the video.
Yeah. So
the actors, we call them actors, but they are all cyclists. Because all these Trikes went through hell, and these are those Trikes in the video.
Right. That's why the tires are all worn.
No, not these tires were on this Trike.
Oh, okay.
But basically, that tricycle went there, went through hell, came back, and you see.
And here it is.
It's jumping with joy. Everyone wants to ride me.
Right, right. Okay, okay. All right. Victor, do you want to add anything to you? Whatever you'd like to say.
Robert was so good, yes, that I don't know what to add to.
So only thing Victor can add is that Robert did a great job of talking about it. So is the Rebel available right now? What's the status of the Rebel, pricing, that sort of thing?
The Rebel is a little bit pricier because you simply cannot make more from less. But basically the price difference is not significant. The gain in weight is only half of a pound or a little bit less than that. I'm always between grams and pounds. So about 230 grams more material gives you much more resilience to be trashed.
Right. Or beat to hell, as you would say. So.
Basically, whatever you could imagine to get with Wild One, you can get with Rebel, but stronger.
Good, good. And availability, yes? Ready, you can order right now?
Right now.
In America as well?
In America as well.
So Janet would be the one to talk to about this?
Yes.
Guys, that's great. If you want to order a Rebel or a Wild One in the U.S., you want to order from Trikes, Janet Buckwater is there to help you out in the U.S., and I want to thank her and Victor and Robert at Steintrikes for sponsoring the Laidback Bike Report here at Spezi. We really appreciate that, and it helps us do the kind of coverage we're doing today. So, gentlemen, Robert, thank you so much. Victor, always a pleasure to see you. Thanks, guys. Okay, we're here at the Varibike booth at Spezi with my pal Martin. How are you?
Fine.
It's really good to see you.
Good
so
to see you.
Tell us what you brought to Spezi. What are you showing today? What are people riding?
A lot of people riding our Varibike trike and our Varibike bike. We have all our bikes are full body bikes. That means you can propel with arms and legs together.
Right, and Martin was on the show a few months back, so we went into detail on that. But you brought them here, and so are they being well accepted? Are a lot of people test riding?
Yeah, we have a lot of people test riding. Now they're all here. Mostly they are all gone, but fortunately now they're here. And yeah, they really like it because it's a completely different experience.
Right.
When you pedal with arms and legs together. More acceleration, more power, more body involvement.
Right. Maybe you can quickly just show us how you can turn, on the thing?
I just did in. Okay, so I can pedal only with the legs or just with the arms. And with the arms I can even row, like rowing style, it's synchron style or alternating style. And of course I can move arms and legs together.
Very nice. Very compact, so it's easy to store, I expect, as well.
Easy to store. We now have another conjunction between front frame and rear frame, so we can take it apart in 2 minutes. We have a smaller turning radius, like for example, a tadpole trike.
Very nice. Okay. In terms of some new things, Martin, maybe there's something that you are able to add with some rowing action. Yes.
Yes. We have another crank system which can be retrofitted to our trike, or you can already buy it with it. It's called the Extreme system. You have 2 separate leg cranks. You can pedal synchron or alternating. So this is a perfect abdomen workout because you always have to lift your legs when you're pedaling, and you can make a kind of a complete body rowing movement.
Good.
We don't have it here, but
then go on the website and take a good look. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. Well, Martin, thank you for sharing that with us. It's good to see you here at Spezi.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Of course. Guys, we're at the Velomobile NL booth with my pal Teo. How are you?
Hi, thanks, I'm good.
It's good to see you as always. So a little better news, the Snook, which has been talked about for a long time, we've developed now to something a little larger. Tell me about the Snook L.
Well, the Snook L fits people up to 2 meters, so I can ride one too, finally. And it's still one of the fastest on the market. Many people tested this, so we were very pleased, and we have many orders.
Okay, so you were telling me how many orders you had. How many going?
We've got already 40 orders, and another thing is that 2/3 of the orders are from Dutch customers, which is kind of a shift. We've been selling more or less in the rest of Europe, but now we've got the new Dutch customers back.
Do you think it's because of the speed aspect of it? Why is this so popular?
I think so. Many of them were still riding a Quest, and now the Snook L is really something new and something fast and lightweight. So
lightweight, you said?
Yeah, it's just.
How lightweight is it?
About 24 kilo.
Is it hard to lift?
No, it's really just lifted with one arm, like that.
There you go. And of course, because Teo's so tall, he lifts it with one arm. It's already over my head. But this is beautiful. All right, great.
Quadvelo is still going well, and we probably, because we now have the Snook L, the Quest is gonna cease production. We'll still sell some of it. We'll get a little stock, but we're gonna stop producing it.
Interesting, because there was a lot of talk back when we visited and such where you're going to continue to develop. But it turns out not the right thing to do right now.
Well, we're just selling so few that it's hard for the factory, to keep experienced in building them. So it's a logical step to just stop them now.
Well, very good, Teo. Well, thank you for spending a little time and telling us about the Snook L. We wish you a lot of luck with it. I bet you don't need the luck, so thanks.
Thanks.
Okay. There you go.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Guys, we're here in the Velomobile World booth here at Spezi with my pal Jan. Jan, how are you?
Pretty good.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
All right, so...
We see each other twice a year, so it's quite a lot already.
CycleCon Spezi.
Yeah.
It's like a regular thing. All right, so Jan's going to show us 3 particular versions of Velomobiles that he wants to talk about, maybe another little item. So Jan, what are we doing? What's behind us here?
Well, behind us we have the Bulk Urban. The Bulk Urban is the carbon fiber version of the VeMoo. That means we have the open wheel wells. We have the bigger entrance hole, which is on the other side. I think you're going to make a close-up of it. And we will get in the front also in a bigger opening in order we can do maintenance easier. That's what we did. This was a special request from Ben Parker to have a carbon fiber version of the For More. The For More was the more we want to search for entry-level prices in order we get more people being able to purchase and to start cycling Velomobiles in order they know, like, okay, this is a Velomobile, and hopefully the next step is buy a high-end Velomobile.
Right, but affordability is the point there, yeah?
Yes, the affordability is the point, and it's also less options you're able to choose. And this is then the fully equipped version.
Good. And then did you want to talk about a prototype here, something that you've been working on?
Yes, we have.
Hang on, let's just
kick away a little bit.
Yeah, let's throw these people out of the way. Oh, thank you.
Get out.
That's right, you're good there. You can be extras. They're like extras.
Yeah.
All right. Extras. Okay.
Get out.
He's thrown out of the booth here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's fine. So we developed a trailer. This is really prototype style still. We put it like a solar panel to see if it fits. We have to test still how much energy it generates in real life. And then we want to have an electric hub in order it's push the bike forwards. As you can see, that's a giant space we have. But as I said, it's still a prototype. It might gonna take until the autumn before it really gets on the market.
Makes sense. What about the hitch? Is that something different or is it typical that you have?
The hitch is still prototype, what they have here.
All right. Yeah.
The trailer as it was, it's ready the morning I had to leave to the Spezi.
Last minute kind of thing.
This was really last minute, and I realized we had no hitch. So I invented something quickly for now.
Very clever, Jan. Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, we will get something like a standard hitch, like here, but for now that didn't work out. So we didn't have the time for it.
All right.
So we have the Bulk Urban, the trailer. We have another thing I'd like to show you.
What is it?
Can I have a big tissue? Thank you.
He's completely astounded by the technology in front of him. Yeah, what do we have here?
So here we have the Bulk, a standard Bulk with tank steering. This is already available. I think Ben Parker ordered one with tank steering. Probably the same color. I don't know. I think so. This is with tank steering. Have a look in it.
Yeah,
I think your colleagues will make some.
To be clear for those who don't know, so typically the Velomobile is steered by a tiller.
Yes, with a central tiller steering.
Yes,
and this one has the tank steering, and it comes from
side
to side, and that's the difference. It's a personal preference, what people likes, but it's an option, and it's now available.
Jan, a lot of talk in the States about this new version of the Bulk, the For More. Ben Park told us a bit about it, and here it is. So tell me what it's about here.
Well, as I told you already by the Urban, this is the one we want to make for being affordable, for more and more people to be able to purchase it and to cycle it. It's a glass fiber Velomobile. It is, let's say, you get 80% of the experience of a fully carbon fiber Velomobile, but the costs are like 60%. We simplified things in order, if people need to do some maintenance, it's much easier. We did a couple of things of like simpler electronics, like easy removable components in order we can send out stuff and people can replace it themselves. One difference is it's not painted anymore, it's wrapped with foley. It's reducing for us a lot of costs, and we have to find somewhere ways to reduce our costs very aggressively in order we can give out these prices.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, I may have misunderstood this from Ben. Is there something new about the type of fiberglass or glass fiber, as you say? Is this typical fiberglass, or was there some different product? Or
we used pretty much standard glass fiber. Of course, we use our experience, which we have of building velomobiles for many years, to still get on a reasonable weight strength combination, but it has an aerospace certificate, but that's not so special. Of course, I need to say in America, that's very special, but I'm European. I'm sorry.
It's harder to get you people excited about stuff, apparently.
Well, we don't show our excitement as much as Americans does.
Right. All right, so that's great. I guess the last thing is, my understanding is that this is on the latest container on the way.
The container actually arrives tomorrow.
By the time you see this, folks, it will have already been there. It'll be a few weeks.
Yeah, and on CycleCon we will try probably to send another container. We have some chances.
It's a good point. That's folks should know about that. So CycleCon coming up in September in Dayton, Xenia actually. Jan will be there. Ben will be there. You're going to have a lot of bulks there for you to try out, more than you've ever seen before.
Yeah. We're going to do also test drives availability.
Right.
Last year, because people have no clue like what is a Velomobile, and we want to give them a little bit of experience. Although we have to say calm down a bit. But that's what we really want to try this year, to see how much successful this is. Yeah. And there's some spots still available to buy one.
So check out Velomobile World or Northland Velo, yeah?
Yeah.
Jan, thank you so much for showing us around. It's good to see you, pal.
Have fun.
Okay, thanks. All right, guys, so we are here with Victor and Maxime at the VeMoo booth here at Spezi. And we have this very interesting concept, prototype here that we're going to learn a little bit more about. Shall we start with Victor? Tell us about the name of this product and then a little bit about it.
This is VeMoo. This is the name of the company and the name of the vehicle. This is a vehicle for the people outside the city. It's a little bit big for the city, and it's the aim is to replace the car for people to use the car for current and daily travel, to go to work and to carry a child, to do shopping also. So this is outside the city for everyone.
Very nice concept. So now this is a French company, yes?
Yes, a French company next to Germany, next to Strasbourg. We aim to do everything locally, everything possible locally. So yes, and French project.
Very nice. All right, well let's have a little tour, if we could, of the vehicle. Maxime, do you want to tell us about this?
So first, we have one of the main features we have is the tilting. Tilting is really right up, and it's a tilting vehicle, all mechanical. Parking brakes up. Parking brake, the rear mirror. We have a child seat because we want it to be for everyday use. And one of our special features is the front boot, which is lockable. Plus, we can take it off.
All right, it's a good thing we have both of you here.
Yeah, true. And when you lock it up, then you can just take it off and then
take it with you.
Do your shopping, and then you just put it back. It's self-locked, and then you just have to put it back.
Right.
Yep.
And if you have an unruly child, an enfant, you put them in there, lock them in, and you're no problem.
And then you can go out with the key and then You're okay for the trip.
Excellent, excellent.
We also have so all the lights, from the road light and daylight with that we always have the blinking light on the side and so. Mm-hmm. And we are electrically assist also. So yeah, for the little steep moments, steep hills, and yeah, that make really a vehicle for everyday use. Oh, I just see on the video that we also have this foldable rain protection. That so this is out of the on the product on the shelf.
Oh, yeah, okay, aftermarket, yeah.
Yes, true. And then we just put it there, like this. And then you're protected from rain, and you also only when you want. So it's really made for everyday use.
Very nice. So we talked about the tilting. How about suspension? Do you have suspension in this or not?
Yeah, we have still suspension on the front and on the rear side. So for maximum comfort. This vehicle is made for more long distance, for daily commute. So we want to maximize comfort with suspension on both rear and front.
We have electric assistance. The sensors are on the pedals in the middle here, and we can go up to 25 km per hour. So it's like an e-bike. No need to pay for insurance for the vehicle. It's like a bike. No problem with that. And yes, we are working on the how long we can travel with the bike. We have a big battery under here and a big motor on the rear. The prototype is a little bit heavy, and we aim to be a little bit lighter for the production vehicle.
Okay, yeah, that's where I wanted to ask then to finish up then. So this is obviously a prototype. What is the projection for when you will have vehicle for sale? And maybe tell us about what that new, the vehicle for sale may have that's a little bit different. Where are you aiming?
The goal is next year to have several vehicles to sell. And at the end of this year, we are working on 5 vehicles to lease and to let people try them, to have a little bit feedback, to upgrade and have a better vehicle. And yes, the production vehicle will be a little bit shorter. Same philosophy, always the front trunk, the rear rack, a lot lighter. It's around 100 kilogram, and the production vehicle will be around 50 kilograms. It's the goal. And yes.
Wow, so that's a big reduction. That's nice. Sure, go ahead, Max.
And we are open for pre-sales, actually.
Well, good. I was going to ask that. And do you have a projected price for the vehicle? Do you know what you're going to be asking?
It will be around 10,000.
10,000 euro?
Yes, 10,000 euro.
All right. Well, fellas, thank you so much for telling us about the VeMoo. We really appreciate you sponsoring us here at Spezi. It was very nice of you. First-time sponsors, so
thank you.
Victor, Maxim, thank you so much. right, guys, so that's pretty much a wrap from Lochringen, Germany, and Spezi 2024. I want to thank my amazing and lovely crew for helping me out this year, showing us the many exhibitors and all the amazing bikes, trikes, and velomobiles. So for
Lisa
and
Trey
and Jim and me, Gary Solomon, the host of the Laidback Bike Report, and my lovely wife, Marilyn, thanks for joining us for Spezi 2024. So long, guys. All right, guys, here we are at Spezi 2024. The doors are opening, and here comes the crowd.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning.
Laidback Bike Report.
How nice to see you. Thank you.
Nice to see you too.
Thank you. Thank you.
We support these guys to come here to show you what happens here.
That's the reason. And even better than the sponsorship is they have cake right here.
Enjoy.
Right.
I don't know when this will be broadcasted.
Well, now that I've got this great new information from Velomobile World, I'm finishing my interviews. I'm going back to our room. I will be editing this immediately and putting it up on YouTube.
It's old news already. Yeah. With Ben.
Velo.
Yeah, good question. North Velo.
No. Northland. Northland Velo, yeah?
Yeah, but just put it in the website in the text.
The actual name of Ben's business is right here. Thank you very much, Adrian. All right, Ben. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, are you okay?
That's all right, that's fine. Cut that bit out.
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Gary.
So here I am at the test track, the backside of the test track at Spezi 2024, doing a quick, basically wanted to follow a few of the bikes going around the track. Do a quick spin around to make sure I'm not in any danger of hitting a tree, and then start basically playing around following a couple of vehicles. First I check out this little recumbent trike, and then I notice up at the top I see, oh, a Quadvelo. Let's try the active track. So I switch over to the DJI Mavic 2 Pro's active track mode, which it does actually work. It locked on to the vehicle right now, spun around, tracked it, lost it on the corner, and before I could regain control, it reacquired it and then backed up into the tree behind it that I thought I could avoid. It tried to recover on its own. I tried to manually move it out of the way. It stabilized and then properly got stuck. Thankfully, about 6-7 minutes later, an enterprising young man, can't be more than 13-14 years old, decides to scale the 30 feet high tree and retrieve my drone, to which I was eternally grateful, and he was rewarded with money in my pocket, which happened to be 20 euros. So everybody won in the end.
Well, guys, you know, it's not easy or cheap to make this trip to Europe to cover the Spezi that you see behind us here. Why am I not doing this?
I don't know.